everyone, today in our 5-minute Disney hotel overview, we are going to cover one of the original DVC resorts, Saratoga Springs Resort. All right, let's talk about Saratoga Springs Resort. This resort is a DVC resort, Disney Vacation Club, but you don't have to be a Disney Vacation Club owner or renter to be able to get rooms over at Saratoga Springs. You can absolutely book them directly through Disney as well. This resort is very sprawling. There's a lot of space. It is very relaxed. It is all themed to the 1800s Saratoga Springs, New York, thinking horse races and spas and tranquility. You're going to be able to go here and truly disconnect from the busyness of the Disney bubble while still keeping all of that amazing access to being in the Disney bubble that you love. It is located directly next to Disney Springs. You can also take a short boat ride there. And this resort, as large as it is, has over 1,200 guest rooms for you to choose from. These include deluxe villas, all the way up to 1, 2, and 3 bedroom suites, as well as the tree houses, which are a very special, unique type of design. Rising into the treetops, you can stay in one of the Treehouse Villas as well. Now, you're going to want to consider this resort if you are traveling with a larger family. There are a lot of great room options here at a pretty affordable price compared to a lot of the other Disney larger resort choices. With those 1, 2, and 3 bedroom villas, you also will get full kitchens, access to more than one bathroom, lots of space to spread out, and your own washer and dryer. So if those are things that are important to you when you're staying, especially if you have more people in your group, this is a fantastic resort to consider. It also has a lot of different buildings, so that does mean that there can be a lot of walking involved. So if you are someone who wants to be really close to the main hub, the main building where you can get your coffee, your food, multiple pools close by, even thinking about the transportation loop that we'll talk a little bit more about in a minute, you're going to want to make sure that you book a preferred location, a preferred room. There is a lot of walking to this resort. It is very spread out, but that's also what makes it really feel like Saratoga Springs, New York. It is not clustered really tight together. You're going to have some nice walkways and a lot of places to go explore across this entire property. All right, let's talk about some of the food options you have over at Disney Saratoga Springs Resort. The first most popular place to visit is always going to be your quick service location, and this one is absolutely beautiful. It is the Artist Palette. It is designed in a way that does feel like you're going into an artist studio, and you're going to find breakfast, lunch, and dinner options here, similar to a lot of the other quick service locations you'll have around Disney World. There are 2 main themed pools, each with their own water slide, some with a 0 entry, and a lot of great food and snacks that you can have there, including the bars and lounges. So you have a lot of options for quick dining in Saratoga Springs, no matter where you are on the property. You're also going to have some really excellent options for sitting down and enjoying a little bit more of a leisurely meal. One restaurant that is always getting great reviews, but is not often talked about, is the Turf Club Bar and Grill. This restaurant will serve dinner. You kind of think of it as like that country club dining option. You're going to have seafood and steaks and all different choices to choose from here and there. Now, as I mentioned, because this is a sprawling resort, I want to talk a little about the transportation. This resort is located, as I mentioned, in the Disney Springs area, which means you will need to take a bus to every one of the parks. Now, this is not atypical of the resorts in this area, but what I will note is that this bus system here at Saratoga Springs is pretty expansive. There are multiple bus stops around this resort, so depending on where your room is located, you're actually going to want to walk to that closest location for your bus stop. What that means is with this internal loop, it will stop multiple times on the resort before it leaves the resort to head over to your park of choice. So keep in mind when you're planning to leave, especially first thing in the morning, and maybe you're trying to get there for those rope drop hours, plan to give yourself a little extra time simply because those buses can fill up and you want to make sure they're able to get there when you want to be there, because that internal bus loop is something to factor in. And I mentioned the boat ride over to Disney Springs. Because you are on the Sassagoula River here, you also can take that boat up to Port Orleans Resorts, which is a really great way to go spend a little extra time. You can go over there and take a horse-drawn carriage ride in the evening. You can go explore some of the amazing dining they have, maybe get some beignets over at French Quarter, or even go over to boat rides for dinner at Riverside. Now, when it comes to Saratoga Springs, what are we talking about for price? As I mentioned, this is a DVC resort, so these are going to have a lot of different categories. Depending on what you're looking at, I found some really great rates here, especially in the not so busy times of the year. For those deluxe villas, you can find them for as low as $400 a night. You can go all the way up as you go to those tree houses, those 2, 3 bedroom villas, and you can spend over a couple thousand depending on when you're going, how long you're staying, and the group details of your party. So again, you can book through DVC, you can book through Disney directly, and you can still take advantage of some of those great offers that Disney provides. I've had a lot of. All right, so if you stayed at Saratoga Springs Resort, tell me what your thoughts are in the comments. And if you haven't stayed there, if you have any additional questions about this resort, please drop them in and check out the other 5-minute overviews that I have of the different Disney hotels, especially in the deluxe category. And I'll link a couple of those here for you to take a look at. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more.